Zions Bank has been committed to community, integrity, teamwork, trust, and value for over 145 years. The reason? That's when the first customer walked through the front door, and ever since, Zions Bank has shown that customer service isn't just a department, it's in everything we do. For established principles you can count on, Zions Bank is for you. You'll see these principles in action at zionsbank.com or any Zions Bank branch. We haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. A division of Zions Bank Corporation, N.A., member FDIC.
Action on
KMTI. And welcome back to the Horn Activity Center. Gary Chedester along with Rhett Jackson as we get ready for the tip-off here at Snow College. President Bradley J. Cook out on the floor right now making an announcement. We'll try to keep it a little bit low here as we have a pause before we get ready to get started here. The Lamar team, as we mentioned, from southeastern Colorado, picked up a big win last night. They are the Lopes, the Runnin' Lopes.
Well, I'm assuming Lopes is short for antelope.
I believe it is. Looking at their logo, it kind of looks like it could be an antelope. So
they must want to get up and down the court pretty quick.
All right. Badgers, let's take a look at what will be coming up for the Badgers. Snow College will be playing versus Central Wyoming tomorrow afternoon. That game will be at 3 o'clock right here on KMTI, also on Centricom.com, and also with Snow TV on YouTube.com. Let's see, the Badgers will be in Florida next week as they take on Southwestern Florida on Friday, and then Seminole State College of Florida on Saturday of next week. Then they'll be playing up in Salt Lake City against Northeastern JC and Western Wyoming, a team that they've already played once. And then they'll be playing up at Twin Falls on 3 days. On Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they'll be up in Twin Falls. So they've got some travel ahead of them on this preseason, but that's what you've got to do. I mean, it's hard to bring teams in here. I commend Snow College for having been able to do it the last couple of years, thanks to Mountain America Credit Union, to be able to sponsor that and to be able to make that happen. But you've got to play somebody else besides the SWAC teams that you beat up on during the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, you think about what junior college student athletes have to do to get competition, and I think that's kind of what you've signed up for. I think these young men, they just want opportunities to get out and compete. Same with the young ladies that represent Snow College as well. And I think it's just important that when you get these opportunities to go and see other parts of the country and to make sure that you represent your college really well, both on and off the floor. And I have no doubt the Snow student athletes do that. But is to get out there and really learn and grow, and that's really what these experiences are: is to build these young people into great adults, and using their sports talents as vehicles to do that. But I'm pleased that the college is made the investment so that these young people can go and travel and have this competition around the nation.
All right. Quickly, Lamar College, the starting lineup, number 2, Jordan Wilson from Blytheville, Arkansas, Blayton Williams from West Memphis, Arkansas, Veron Kalanji from Hamilton, Ontario, DeAndre Barrett from Bronx, New York, and Peter Toure from London, England. For the Snow College Badgers, we mentioned this earlier, Nate Duckworth, 6-foot freshman from Bloomington, Illinois, Darian Nebeker, a 6'6" sophomore from West Jordan, Utah, Trey Farr, 6'9" freshman from St. George, Utah, Branson Blackner, 6'4" sophomore from Cedar City, Utah, and Braden Johnson, a 6'7" sophomore from Draper, Utah. And we're getting ready to tip it off. Snow College Badgers and the Runnin' Lopes from Lamar College in southeastern Colorado. Badgers with a record of 2-3 after yesterday's loss.
So let's set the stage here. You were mentioning how this Lamar team, they looked a lot similar to Eastern Florida, and as they bring that starting 5 out, the same challenges are going to be apparent. Is that Snow College is going to have to be really clean with the basketball. They're going to have to execute better, and they're going to have to hold their own on the rebounding.
This Runnin' Lopes team, pretty tall, athletic, like to get up and down the floor, and they can shoot the ball. Tip is controlled by the Lopes, and the Badgers drop into a man-to-man defense. Wilson out high. Lopes working around the perimeter. Jordan Wilson almost traveled, puts up the shot, falls down, doesn't draw the foul. Badgers with the rebound and push it up the floor. Duckworth, top of the key, looks inside. Goes over to Johnson, now inside the far, and there is the complete turnaround from what we saw last night. First time on the offense, and the Badgers get the bucket with Farr on the inside.
And he made that look pretty natural, didn't he?
He did. It was a great move. And the Badger defense forces a turnover. Lopes turn it over, and the Badgers will have the ball. It'll be Johnson to inbound in the backcourt to Nate Duckworth. Duckworth, no pressure, crosses the timeline with a left-handed dribble. Gives it to Nebeker, top of the key. Badgers running some motion. Skip pass goes to Duckworth. Duckworth goes baseline, not much there. Fair from the baseline. Off the back of the iron, no good. Nebeker tries to keep it alive and cannot. Lopes out on the run. Jordan Wilson. Now back outside to DeAndre Barrett. Long three-point shot is off the mark, no good by Blayton Williams. And the Badgers with the rebound go the other way. Nebeker, top of the key to Johnson. Johnson puts it on the floor with the right-handed dribble. Back to Blackner. Inside to Farr again. He leaves it short and just did not get it up high on the glass.
Yeah, I think he was expecting a little more contact than he got, and he just kind of short-armed that.
Badgers still lead at 2-0. 18:35 remaining, first half. Inside they go to Jordan Wilson, do the Lopes. Nope, check that. It's Varon Kalanji, and Kalanji gets called for the travel.
Yeah, he shuffled and then went 1-2, and the referee caught him.
Again, Duckworth gets the offense from the sidelines. Johnson up high, now to Duckworth. They've got a mismatch somewhere because DeAndre Barrett was guarding Duckworth. Farr way out high. Duckworth penetrates, got a step, puts a off-balance shot up and on the way, no good, and DeAndre Barrett is going to get called for the foul, I believe, his first team foul.
Well, Nate Duckworth kind of got bailed out by that whistle. I mean, we'll give him credit. He attacked and did get the whistle.
Kind of had to put up a circus shot to get it up and over the top of DeAndre Barrett. Free throw up and good by Duckworth. Duckworth has got his first point of the game. Badgers lead 3-0. Duckworth from Bloomington, Illinois will step up to the free throw line, shoot a second shot. It's on the way, short off the front of the iron. Long tip, comes down, and Jordan Wilson will push it up the floor for the Lopes. He covered a lot of territory without dribbling, but no call. Peter Toure gives it back to Barrett. Over on the wing to Kalanji. Kalanji, top of the key, shoots the three. Way off the mark, no good. Almost banked it in. But the long rebound comes back to the Lopes. Barrett tried to go inside, stolen away by Johnson. Johnson's going to push the fast break, 3-on-3. And on the wing is going to be Blackner, and Blackner strokes the three.
Beautiful trail on that fast break, got right to his wing. Johnson found him in stride.
The Lopes have yet to score here, 6-0. 17-15 remaining in the first half. Barrett penetrates, dishes to Kalanji. Kalanji looks down low and throws it away. Do the Badgers touch it?
Yeah,
they say the Badgers got a hand on it.
Some sort of a deflection, yep.
So they're going to give it to the Lopes on their own baseline. It'll be Blayton Williams to inbound. Badgers have turned up the heat defensively, and they come up with another steal. This time it's Nebeker on the wing to Blackner. Blackner can't handle it, out of bounds.
I was hoping Blackner was going to flare back out to that wing and catch it for another three. You're right, the defensive intensities, it looks really good for Snow right now.
Lopes working the ball around the perimeter. DeAndre Barrett almost stolen again to the Badgers, down on the floor, and now they're going to call Blackner for the foul. A little too aggressive there. I don't know if it was foul worthy, but because the player went down, I think he felt like he had to blow the whistle.
I think Branson played that pretty darn good, but sometimes you get those calls that go for you, and sometimes they go against you.
Again, Badgers very aggressive man-to-man defense. Inside, knocked away by Nebeker into the hands of Duckworth. Duckworth pushes it up the floor, gives it to Blackner on the wing. Three shot on the way, no good. Johnson looked like he had the rebound, but couldn't come up with it. but Nebeker does. Now to Johnson, back to Nebeker, and they'll set up the offense. Duckworth, three-point territory, top of the key. Over to Nebeker, fakes the three. Couple of dribbles, now to Duckworth. Shot clock running down. Duckworth in trouble, gives it to Nebeker. Nebeker follow-away jumper, hits the rim, but the rebound comes down to Barrett for the Lopes. Running Lopes with the ball. Barrett up high to Blayton Williams, back to Barrett. Barrett with the right-hand dribble, looks to penetrate. Instead dishes out on the wing. And Blayton Williams puts up the long shot. That's off the mark, no good. And Blackner with the rebound.
Well, the Snow College just kind of playing off these shooters.
Fair turns and goes right into the Lopes player. A lot of contact, but no call either way. And the rebound comes down to the Lopes, and they'll go back on the offensive attack.
And I was just going to say, until the Lopes can hit a three, the Badgers will give them that cushion.
Long three by Barrett, and it's off the mark again. Duckworth pushes it up the floor. Across the timeline goes to Nebeker. Nebeker for three. Off the back of the iron, no good, and he's still struggling from the outside. Off the balance shot, Jordan Wilson. Looked like he was more worried about drawing the contact.
Let's say a delay of game there.
Okay. Yeah, delay of game apparently. Now they're explaining things to Rob Nielsen. I'm not sure what that is. A couple of new things. I'm going to keep it right here because we've got a 20-second timeout. Two new things that have happened in the NJCAA this year, and that is a flop warning and a delay of game warning. The second time, and it doesn't matter who it is, so if a player flops, if they determine that they flop trying to draw the offensive foul, they give a warning. Anybody else on that team does it the second time, it's a technical foul and they shoot free throws. Same thing with the delay of game. So the ball goes through the hoop, you grab it, you throw it to the referee. You've seen them do that over and over again. First time is a warning, the next time will be a technical foul. Doesn't matter, it's a warning on the team.
I think it's just those are good ideas just to try and clean up the pace of the game, and flopping doesn't belong anywhere. That's not competition.
So 6-2, the Badgers lead it with just under 15 minutes to go here in the first half. Badgers on the attack. Duckworth with the ball. Goes to Johnson. Johnson fakes the three. Back to Duckworth. Duckworth with the dribble drive. Goes all the way to the baseline. Nothing there. Now he's in trouble. Shot clock running down. And Farr takes the shot. Off balance and hits it. Trey Farr steps out and hits about a 15-foot jumper from the elbow.
Yeah, he flashed from the low post and just flashed to the high post and caught it, and just no hesitation on his jumper.
Badgers lead it 8-2. Barrett around to Blayton Williams. Top of the key, Jordan Wilson. Wilson penetrates, gives it up to Barrett. Barrett goes to the baseline, shoots a floater, no good. Peter Teray tried to tip it, but the Badgers come up with the rebound, push it up offensively. They've got Johnson on the wing. Johnson launches the three. It's way short. Barely hit the rim, but Farr comes up with the rebound. He misses the bunny. And coming up with the second rebound is the Lopes. Again, 8-2. Three-point shot out of the corner by the Lopes. No good. Rebound controlled by Nebeker. Nebeker pushes it up the floor. Finds Blackner. Blackner penetrates, kicks it back to Nebeker. Now to Farr. Nebeker goes all the way into the baseline. In trouble. Looks for help. Spins around. Shoots it up off the bankboard. No good. Johnson tries to tip it. He can't come up with it, and the Lopes back on the attack quickly. Foul is going to be called on Duckworth, maybe? No, it's going to be on Blackner. That's the second on Blackner.
And he picked up the kind of the nickel dimer out here by the S earlier, and then gets his second one. So Branson's going to have to sit a while, and that we'll see how that plays into the offensive rhythm of Snow.
All right, we've got the media timeout. We'll take the timeout as well with 13:20 remaining in the first half. Badgers lead at 8-2. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
My name is Dr. Joel Holman. I'm an orthopedic surgeon here at Central Valley Medical Center, specializing in general orthopedics, which includes sports injuries, total joint replacements, shoulder, hip, and knee.
Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time. Honored to sponsor the Snow Badgers Steelman Play of the Game.
This is Snow College Sports Action.
To the Horn Activity Center, Gary Chedester along with Red Jackson bringing you Badger basketball. Badgers have made a couple of substitutions. Checking in is Logan Sorensen and also
Taylor Miller.
And Traden Christensen, thank you, and Taylor Miller. And the Badgers on defense here as the Lopes have the ball, trailing 8-2. Tough Badger defense. They finally get it in bounds. Also checking in for the Lopes is Tyrone Perry Jr. Perry Jr. goes to the baseline, puts up the shot, rejected by the Badgers. I think that was Johnson, no, Christensen with the block.
Traden just came over and was right at the right place, right time with the help defense.
So the Lopes inbound on the baseline, and 5-second call. Good defense by the Badgers caused the turnover.
Well, that's definitely your defensive energy is definitely something that you can control, and it's nice to see the Badgers really come out and played well defensively.
Miller now in the ball game for the Badgers to Johnson. Johnson from the top of the key penetrates, goes down the lane, and gets the bucket. Nice move by Braden Johnson,
showing all of his versatility there.
Badgers back on defense. Lopes out high. Tyrone Perry gives it on the wing to Kalanji, and Kalanji hits the shot, a three-pointer. Quickly, Christensen to Sorensen, out of the corner, hits the three. Logan Sorensen with his first bucket coming off the bench, and the Badgers lead 13-5.
He had a couple of nice threes last night as well.
Kind of quiet. He's not a real flashy player, but gets the job done. Three-point shot on the wing is off the mark by Perry. No good. And Badgers get the rebound and go back on the offense. Christensen lays it up and in. Nice move by Christensen. There's another difference that we didn't have last night, and that is beating somebody off the dribble and going to the hole. We've seen it happen a couple of times already in this game. Badgers lead 15-5. Barrett, out high, stolen by Miller. Miller dishes over to Christensen. Nice athletic move by Christensen. Traden Christensen, he's got 4.
He used his left hand, but let's give Taylor Miller credit with forcing the turnover and then a nice assist.
17-5, Badgers lead by 12, their biggest lead of the game so far. Badgers still in the man-to-man. Lob inside, goes to Kalanji. Kalanji passes back outside. Three-point shot by Perry is up and good. Tyrone Perry, who's come off the bench, and he gets a bucket. 17-8. Taylor Miller gives it up on the wing to Farr. Farr just a couple of dribbles, now looks for help. Johnson fakes the three again from the top of the key. Miller looks inside. Farr wants the ball. Instead, Sorensen goes baseline. He's in trouble. Got caught in the air. Christensen catches it. 2 seconds. Somebody's got to shoot. They get it off at the buzzer. And the rebound comes down to the Lopes. Lopes with the ball. Badgers again still in the man-to-man. They switch on that. Here's the alley-oop. Badgers defend it pretty well, but coming up and underneath on the other side is Siren Noise.
It's a little 5-0 run here by the Lopes. And they just force a turnover, so.
And back-to-back buckets by Siren Noise.
So a 7-0 run by the Lopes, and Rob Nilsson takes a timeout to stop this little bit of a run, this mini run by Lamar.
We'll take a timeout as well. Well, no, we'll keep it right here. Sorry.
Worry over
That is a very sensitive mouse. Oh, We'll keep it right here because it's just a 20-second timeout. So 9:59 remaining here in the first half. Badgers lead at 17-12, but a nice little run here by the Lopes.
Yeah, they've turned up their defense a little bit and forced a couple of stops, got some rebounds, and then kind of got out in transition. They've hit a couple of threes, so that a little comfortable lead and a good start now has been whittled down to just a 5-point cushion.
And they made a couple of substitutions that have really paid off for them. Tyrone Perry off the bench with 3, and Siren Noyes has come off the bench with 4 more points. So 7 points off the bench already for the Runnin' Lopes. Sorensen, top of the key, over to Miller. Miller tries to bounce inside. He does to Farr, and Farr gets the bucket. It looked like he was fouled as well, but he gets the bucket, and that stops the bleeding a little bit for the Badgers. They still lead it now 19-12.
Well, anytime they can dump it into the post and give Farr a touch, that's going to be good medicine for the Badgers.
I agree. I think the long-term season success is going to hinge a lot on how well Farr plays on the inside. Runnin' Lopes with the ball out high. That's Oscar Maldonado. Gives it up now to Perry. Perry launches an off-balance 3 at the shot clock expires. Rebound comes down to Christensen. Christensen pushes up the floor. Cross-court pass to Sorensen. Sorensen alone for the 3. Front of the iron, no good. Rebound Maldonado. And then Farr picks up a very silly foul against Maldonado. Trey Farr, his first personal, 3rd team foul on the Badgers. And just not a lot of fouls. They've got 3 on the scoreboard. There we go. 1 on Farr. I thought 3 would not have been good. Maldonado to Kalanji. Kalanji almost has it stolen to Maldonado. Back to Maldonado from the wing, and he hits the 3.
So the threes are kind of starting to fall now for Lamar. They were like 0 for 5 to start the game, but they've hit their last 3.
Badgers on the attack inside Johnson. Johnson tried to make a move and has it slapped away from him, stolen. And coming up with it is Tyrone Perry. Perry pushes it up the floor. In the corner, Maldonado. Left-handed shot on the way again. No good. Tip. Up and in. Nice follow by Siren Noyes again. Siren Noyes now with 6 points in the game.
A lot of energy that came off Lamar's bench. This run's been fueled by their bench.
It really has. Inside to Nebeker. Nebeker backs in, can't find anybody, goes to Johnson. Johnson is just not thinking about the 3 at all. He's faked it a couple of times. Nebeker off balance, puts the shot up and in. What a move by Darian Nebeker. Badgers lead 21-17 with 7:52 remaining here in the first half. All alone underneath, but can't get the shot off as Kalanji. Back outside, 3-point shot up, no good. And we're going to have a foul on the Lopes. And it's going to be on Maldonado. Checking back in is going to be Duckworth and Blackner. Blackner has 2 personal fouls. Badgers only have 3, and 2 of them are on Branson Blackner.
And he's got to, really to be completely comfortable. He can't get one here this last 7.5 minutes.
And he's already hit a big 3-pointer for the Badgers. Nebeker still off the mark. Ball tipped out of bounds. It's going to go to the Runnin' Lopes. And now Tyler Boyack checks in for the Badgers, and Johnson comes out.
It's a pretty small Badger lineup here. They're going to have to hold their own on the glass.
Very small. Nebeker is going to be playing the post out there for the Badgers at 6'6". Almost stolen away by Christensen. 3-point shot on the way, and the left-handed bucket is up and good by Stephen Henry. Down to a 1-point lead for the Badgers. Nebeker around to Christensen. Christensen looks to penetrate, kicks on the outside to Boyack. Boyack down to the baseline, back out to Christensen. And then through the hands of Boyack. And the Badgers with another turnover. So we've got a timeout with 6:52 remaining. The Badger lead has dwindled to 1, 21-20. We'll be back right after this. Take a look at the Central Valley Medical Center scoreboard. CVMC has added a full-time pediatrician to their experienced medical team. Dr. Gordon Duvall heads the new line of pediatric services. For an appointment, call 623-3246. Snow College leads at 21-20 as the lead has dwindled a little bit, and it's been sparked primarily by the Lopes bench.
Yeah, and they've hit their last 4 3-pointers, so they've kind of got hot from beyond the arc.
And now we're going to have an illegal screen call. That's going to go against number 32, Peter Torre. That's his first. Farr checks back into the ball game. And we'll watch and see how that unfolds. Farr has really been a spark in this game so far off down low. He's got 6 points in the game, leads all Badger scorers. Boyack takes the three, now dribbles with the right hand, looks inside for Farr, and they don't go to him. Now around to Duckworth. They did have him.
No, you're right. On the screen and roll, I was disappointing.
Duckworth penetrates. Nebeker comes up with the offensive rebound, has it knocked away from him. And then Nebeker does slap it away from him, but it goes out of bounds, and the Lopes will still have the ball. Chance to take the lead for the first time in the game. Maldonado to Torre. Penetration. Shot up on the way, no good. Farr is going to get called for the foul as he comes over the back of, I think, Peter Torre. So that's going to be the second foul on Trey Farr. And the Badgers going to go with Chizu Xuan Chu to check into the ball game as Peter Torre goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. Torre's first free throw on the way, and good. Nice looking shot from the big guy.
And they just didn't, Snow didn't get him boxed out off the offensive glass, and then Farr just had to come over and try to help, and then picked up his second foul. So Farr's he's gonna come and sit down, but now he's got 2. Branson's got 2. So fouls kind of mounting up on some key players.
Well, like you say, we've only got 14 fouls, and it's 2 and 2. Second free throw is up and good by Torre, and that's a good-looking stroke from the big guy.
Yep.
Blackner inside to Johnson. Johnson squares. Nice fake. Goes to the hoop and the lay-in. Nice move by Braden Johnson.
Short corner, then he faced up, shot fake, put it on the floor. That was just beautiful individual offense there. Torre.
And the Lopes working around the perimeter. Tyrone Perry back up to Torre at the top of the key. Looks for help. Goes to Maldonado. Maldonado penetrates. Puts up the wild shot off the mark. No good, but Torre comes up with the offensive rebound and then banks it home.
He's been doing some work on the glass last 2 possessions.
He's a big body, and the Badgers have got to get somebody on him to keep him away from the glass. Nice move again by Johnson. Johnson, Stutter State, puts it up. No good. But the blocking foul is going to be called on Oscar Maldonado.
So it's interesting how Torre, he's kind of hammering the Badgers down here on the offensive glass, but he's having a hard time guarding Braden Johnson. Johnson's catching it, shot faking, and then going around him. That's just the ebbs and flows of individual players battling it out in basketball. It's kind of cool to see.
Well, that's something I remember you mentioning yesterday on sometime during the broadcast of the challenges that teams will face playing Johnson. If they put a bigger guy on him, he's going to go around him or put it on the floor. And if they put somebody smaller, he's going to be able to post him up.
Yeah, and Touré's big, but he's not as quick as Johnson.
Right. Johnson missed the first free throw, but hits the second. Johnson now with 5 points in the game, and we're tied at 24. 5 minutes remaining, first half. Another Badger into the ball game. We'll try to get that for you here in just a second. Long shot off the mark. Badgers can't get the rebound again. Matt Norman is checked in for the Badgers. Down low. Chu almost comes up with the steal, but they're going to say no, he picks up the foul first. Chu, foul number 1. 5th team foul on the Badgers.
Just a nice post up there by Lamar's siren noise and forced Chu to foul him.
So the Lopes will inbound on their own baseline. Inbound to Barrett. Barrett looks for help and finds Henry. Henry penetrates, puts up the shot with the left hand and gets it to go. Nice shot by Stephen Henry.
And I thought the Badgers defended that really well, but it was just a great shot.
It was a great shot. Johnson over on the wing to Norman. Norman a couple of dribbles, now looks for help, finds Chu. Back to Nebeker, fakes the three. Nebeker still with the dribble. Penetrates, puts up the wild shot, no good. He traveled first. Just trying to do a little too much, it looked like that time.
Got to be a little more patient. Let the offense around you kind of do their thing, and keep moving the ball. You got panicked a little bit in that short corner post.
Lopes will bring it up the floor. Stephen Henry with the ball. Crosses the timeline, makes the pass on the wing to Perry. Perry. Cross court to Noyes. Back to Barrett. DeAndre Barrett launches the three, and it's good.
So the three-point shooting has just gotten much better for Lamar Community College, and they've hit several of them right in a row here.
They couldn't buy a bucket for the first few minutes of the half. Johnson again fakes the three. Now goes to Blackner. Blackner shoots the three off the mark. Nebeker got a hand on it to keep it alive. Now Johnson out of the corner. Nope, to Nebeker on the wing. Nebeker misses everything but the bank board. Back to Nebeker. He thought about shooting the three and did not watch it into his hands. Turnover comes to the running Lopes.
Snow started out so sharp. Now they've just kind of got sloppy.
On the wing, Perry. Over to Henry. Back to Noyes. DeAndre Barrett penetrated. Looked like he was going to step back and shoot the three. Instead passes off to Noyes. Now penetration by Kalanji, and the foul is going to be called on Braden Johnson, his first. 15th foul on the Badgers.
It's amazing.
I've actually got 6. Yeah, 16th foul.
I was just going to say, it's amazing once a team starts to see some of their three-point shots go in, how much better they just end up playing all the way around. It just seems to re-energize players and their teammates.
I think you're right. It's been contagious for the Lopes. Three-point shot off the mark by Barrett. Maybe we jinxed him. Can we take credit for that? Okay.
Hey, if we can help out, we will.
29-24. Badgers trail by 5. And just under 3 minutes to go. Chu in three-point territory. Pass up high to Johnson. Over to Blackner. Blackner penetrates from the top of the key. Beautiful pass to Johnson, and Johnson lays it in.
Now that Blackner shot fake got into the paint, and just a beautiful pocket pass for Johnson.
Jonah Roth is checked in for the Badgers now. And the Lopes with the ball. Top of the key. Noyes gives it up to Perry. Perry penetrates, shoots the left-handed shot, no good. Blackner comes up with the rebound, and picking up the foul is Tyrone Perry. A little bit of frustration.
Yeah.
I think he thought the shot should have gone in.
It felt like he made a good move and got to the rim and then just didn't finish it off, and then fouled Blackner as he got the rebound.
15 foul on Lamar. Blackner now comes out as Miller has checked back into the ball game for the Badgers. Johnson, catch and shoot. Beautiful shot just off the mark. Great rebound by the Badgers, but then they throw it away. Matt Norman got the rebound and then tried a cross-court pass, and nobody was there.
The thing is that what's the hurry? You just reset the shot clock, and no sense to make that hard pass.
29-26, Badgers down by 3 with 2 minutes remaining first half. Chu with the defense against Blayton Williams. Up high to Kalanji. Kalanji needs some help, now finds Barrett. Barrett with the crossover, now penetrates, kicks back to Kalanji. Kalanji with the shot from 15 feet, it's good.
Oh, that was well executed, two-man game.
Almost a steal by Kalanji. Johnson gets it, kicks it to Chu. Chu doesn't shoot it, now the cross-court pass to Norman. Top of the key, Johnson for 3, and it's good. Braden Johnson got the pass from Norman and buries it.
That's the Johnson mixer. You don't come out on him, he can hit threes. If you do come out on him, he can blow by you.
Blayton Williams, double team, gets the pass down low, and coming up with the easy bucket is Siren Noyes. Miller Between the legs, penetrates, goes down low. Beautiful open shot for Jonah Roth. Nice pass by Miller.
He made that look like it was a shot the whole way and then just made a great pass.
Look to penetrate. Now the running Lopes are going to ask for what the coach wants them to do. 36 seconds on the shot clock. Actually, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Sorry, 30 on the game clock. Three-point shot, top of the key, no good. Rebound, Jonah Roth. Now the Badgers have the shot clock turned off. They can play for the last shot and a chance to tie or maybe take the lead with a three.
Let's hope they execute their last shot better than Lamar did. That was not good offense, so Badgers need to settle in and run a good set here.
Miller out high with the left-handed dribble. Fakes the pass, puts up the shot on the run, no good. 3 seconds remaining, plenty of time. And the Lopes come down, shoot a shot at the buzzer, and hit it. Is it a three? It is a three. Who hit it? I think it was Blayton Williams.
A teardrop three.
Well, I'm going to give it to Blayton Williams, and then maybe Brother Nordfeldt will correct me here when we get the stats. So the Badgers trail at 36-31 here at halftime. We'll take this opportunity for a timeout. We'll be back with halftime show, the Snow College halftime show, right after this.
Spanish Sports.
Stephen Henry also came off the bench and hit for 5 points, including a three-pointer. Let's take an opportunity here for another timeout here on the Snow College halftime show. Get a quality education that's affordable and fun at Snow College. Visit snow.edu.
Is your internet constipated? That's right, you heard. Feeds from MTCC, our fiber to the home network.
45 years. The reason? That's when the first customer walked through the front door, and ever since, Zion's Bank.
On.
Welcome back to the Snow College Halftime Show. Gary Chedester along with Rhett Jackson. Snow College ranks among the nation's top 10% in student success. Turn on your education and visit snow.edu. Rhett, you've had a chance to take a look at the stats here. What jumps out at you?
Yeah, they're every one of them is very competitive. For example, rebounding right now, Snow actually has out-rebounded the Lopes by 2, 17-15. Both teams have 11 defensive rebounds. And Snow has 2 extra offensive rebounds, so very close there. Snow has a +2 margin. In the taking care of the ball management department, it's 10 assists for 8 turnovers for Snow College, so they're +2 there. And the Lopes are 8 assists for 7 turnovers for a +1, so the Snow College Badgers are taking care of the ball a little bit better. But right now, the big difference is what wasn't happening for the Lopes to begin the game really became a strength for them down the last half of the first half. They ended up 6 of 19 from beyond the arc, but most of those 6, they hit about 4 or 5 right in a row, and that really kind of got them going at about the 8-minute mark. And so that's the difference, 31.6% from downtown. The Badgers pretty anemic from beyond the arc again, 27%, 3 of 11. So that's the one stat where when the Lopes have 2 times as many threes as the Badgers, and that's why they have the 5-point lead.
One of the other things that I took a look at here, Lamar, 6 points on second chance points, which is pretty big, and points off turnovers, they have 11, and Snow College has 8. And we mentioned the bench, 22 points for the Lopes off the bench. That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like that's when the game turned, Gary. The both teams starting 5s. The Badgers came out. Coach Rob put a couple of new players in there. They started out really well. Fair got a touch right off the first possession and made it look easy in the post. And you thought, okay, hey, this is going to be one of those games where Snow's going to get into a rhythm and really, early had control of the game. But then they went to their second units, and the bench unit for the Lopes came in and just started hitting some daggers. And next thing you know, they've ran that lead down, and then they took the lead.
And that big 5-point turnover there, that 5-point swing right to end that first half. The Badgers had the ball, chance to either tie it, maybe even take the lead. Took the shot maybe just a little bit early with the game clock, shot it with about 3 seconds to go, and Lamar really pushed it down the floor quickly and got that big 3.
Yeah, right, and just a beautiful teardrop kind of a runner there. And the shot just nestled through the net right as the light went off, so it was a no-doubter.
All right, let's take a look at individual scoring. We'll do that right after this timeout.
With internet service from Centricom, you get a the front door, and ever since, Zion's Bank has shown the customer service it isn't just a department.
Welcome back here to Snow College. Let's just run through some of these individual scoring summaries. Let's start first with the Lamar Community College Lopes. With 5 points, Stephen Henry. With 2 points, Jordan Wilson. Tyrone Perry Jr. had 6 points. And Vernon Kalanji had 5 points. Siren Noyce leading the running Lope cause with 8. He did a lot of that damage with offensive rebounds, putbacks, and made some free throws as well. Oscar Maldonado off the bench with a pretty 3. DeAndre Barrett also had 3, and Peter Touray rounding out the scoring with 4 for a total of 36. For the homestanding Badgers, Nate Duckworth has 1 point. Darian Nebeker got a basket in the first half for 2. Jonah Roth on a nice feed from Taylor Miller got a layup, and he has 2. Trey Fair did a really nice job before getting into a little bit of foul trouble. He ended up with 6 points there in the first half. Trayden Christensen off the bench with 4. Branson Blackner hit a 3 for his 3 points. And the Snow College cause led by Braden Johnson. Very solid first half, Gary. He had 10, did it in a lot of different ways. He hit a couple of threes, put the ball on the floor, attacked the rim. So Braden really doing a great job offensively for the Badgers. And then the Badgers scoring was rounded out by Logan Sorensen, who came off the bench and hit his only one and only 3 of that first half for 3 points, and that's a total of 31.
I like how the game started, and the Badgers started going on the inside with Trey Farr, and Braden Johnson, as you mentioned, had some of his buckets going into the paint, putting the ball on the floor, going past the defender, and I think the Badgers really need to look at that to try to do more of that in the second half.
Yeah, you know, that very first set they ran, they started Farr at the high post. He kind of set a high for a UCLA high screen, and then he just dove right behind it, and they got him the ball right in stride, and he finished strong. And then from there, he kind of went 3 or 4 minutes, and you're like, hey, wait a minute, run that play again. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And so I just think sometimes they forget that they have a solid post player. And let him have some touches, and then here again, it's just natural reaction. It's the way kids are coached today, is that especially when you play man-to-man, there's certain principles that everybody want to play. You know, if your man's 1 pass away, you know, you're on line, up line. If he's 2 passes away, you get a foot in the paint. And if he's 3 passes away, you're all the way into the paint to the midline. And it just seems like when the ball dumps into the post, these kids are just so programmed through high school and now into college to constrict and follow their rules, and then that leaves shooters a little more space to operate. But you've got to have a post presence, and the Badgers do. I will hope they don't forget about that.
Okay. All right, Snow College halftime show. We're going to wrap it up here for that. Snow College is the nation's finest transfer institution with campuses in Ephraim and also in Richfield. Be sure and visit snow.edu. We'll be back with the starting lineups in the second half right after this timeout.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1990.
865-2025. That's 865-2025.
This is Snow College Sports Action.
Welcome back as we get set to start the second half. Gary Chittister along with Red Jackson, bringing you Badger basketball on KMTI AM 650, on Centricom.com, and YouTube.com/SnowBadgerTV. Snow College Badgers trail at 36-31 to the Runnin' Lopes of Lamar College, but the Badgers will have the ball to start the second half. Badgers going to go with, again, a little different lineup here as they go with both Miller and Duckworth, who play the point. And they get it to Johnson. Johnson all the way in, and the easy layup. Nice move by Braden Johnson.
Set up off of a side ball screen. They went side pick and roll, and it worked perfectly.
So the Lopes with the ball out high is going to be Kalanji. Kalanji hands off to Wilson. Now to Barrett. To Kalanji. Penetration and kick. And Jordan Wilson tries to penetrate, almost stolen. And Kalanji launches the three. Up and touches the top of the bank board. Not out of bounds. And the Badgers get the rebound coming down to Trey Farr. Duckworth all alone for a three. Doesn't think about it. Now on the right wing is Duckworth. Penetrates, goes between the legs, comes back out to Miller. To Blackner. Blackner gets a pick from Farr. A little late, but they get it to him, and Farr gets the hammer dunk. Trey Farr with both hands.
Beautiful. It's the exact same play, just different personnel. It's side pick and roll. It's worked both times.
Badgers back to within one, 36-35. As the Badgers scored the first 4 points of the second half. Penetration by Williams. Now over to Jordan Wilson. Jordan Wilson gets called for the offensive foul, and drawing the foul is Trey Farr. We'll make sure that, that is the call. It's on Jordan Wilson, his first, and first team foul here in the second half.
Yeah, he over-penetrated, and Farr got outside the restricted area and drew the contact.
Well, I like how the Badgers have started the second half with a couple of pick and rolls and some easy buckets. Now on the wing is Miller. Miller penetrates, in trouble, almost traveled, gets it back out. Blackner all alone for the three, and it's good. Branson Blackner doubles his point output on another three.
7-0 run to start the half.
Badgers with the lead, 38-36. 18-15 remaining here in the second half. Peter Toure gives it on the wing to Williams. Now over to Kalanji. Long shot on the way, and good. A three-point shot by DeAndre Barrett. And Barrett does the same thing. He hits his second shot, and it's a three. What are they?
I think it's going to be
another delay of game.
Yep, exactly what you highlighted in the first half. So they get the warning, and then the second time around.
Why? But usually that delay of game is going to be called when you score and the other team has it. This time they called it on Snow College when they... That is bizarre. Anyway, the technical shot is missed.
And it was such a bizarre technical, he missed the free throw, so hey, the ball doesn't lie, right, Gary?
Well, I know that's what Coach Judkins used to always say. The ball doesn't lie. But I don't know if that's the case or not. I think it's a team. Lamar with the lead, 39-38. Badgers with the ball. Farr out high. Gives it to Duckworth. Over to Johnson, top of the key, back to Duckworth. Inside to Farr. Farr fakes the pass back on the outside, gives it to a dive, and coming up with the bucket is Miller.
Yeah, made a nice dive off the weak side of that post up by Farr, and a beautiful pass from Farr.
Badgers back with the lead again, 40-39. Inside, shot on the way, and good. I don't know how that went in. It looked like Peter Toure just kind of threw up a prayer, but it was answered. Lamar leads at 41-40.
I'm going to say Farr played pretty good defense there.
Johnson, top of the key for three. Short off the front of the iron. Boy, that looked good, just a little short. Coach Nielsen yelling, use the pick. 41-40, Badgers down by one. 17 minutes remaining. Barrett, nice kick over to Peter Toure, he misses the shot. They get the rebound back again. Toure dives underneath and lays it in with the left hand. He's got 8 now.
Back-to-back offensive rebounds.
43-40, back to a 3-point lead for Lamar. Duckworth, coast to coast, lays it up, no good. Farr gets the rebound, tips it, misses it, gets it back again and puts it in. Trey Farr padding his rebounding stats. 43-42, the Badgers down by 1, and the Lopes with the ball. Out high is Kalonji to Williams. Now to Jordan Wilson on the right wing. Guarded by Duckworth, gets a pick. Penetrates and kicks to the wing, almost stolen by the Badgers, Blackner, but he couldn't come up with it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Blayton Williams gives it up, shot at the buzzer is good by Peter Toure.
Well, they stayed patient, didn't panic, and hit the shot.
Peter Toure hit the shot from the outside. Nice move by Miller to penetrate, but could not get the left-hand layup to go. 45-42. Duckworth on defense. Good defense, and Blayton Williams loses it. Badgers come up with it, push it up the floor. Blackner gets it back from Miller and hits the 3.
His shooting touch is this halftime's really coming out of half. He's been hot.
He's got 2 3-pointers. Here's another 3 for the answer by Blayton Williams, and Blayton Williams has 6 points. He's doubled his output.
Speaking of hot,
yeah,
it's raining 3s now, Gary.
20-second timeout. We'll keep it right here, or 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 30-second timeout is taken. Nope, they're going to say we're going to burn the media timeout. So we'll take the opportunity for a timeout as well. We'll be back in 60.
Apply today at macu.com/0. For details, call 1-800-748-4302.
This is Snow College Sports Action on
Well, we're just coming out of the Douglas Dentistry timeout. Your first choice in dentistry and overall oral health, from general dentistry to sedation dentistry and teeth whitening. Douglas Dentistry. Badgers with the ball. Miller to Johnson, leap and leaner, no good. Trey Farr again follows, but can't get it to go. Badgers crashing the boards, but could not come up with the payoff.
Boy, the side pick and roll, though, the Badgers are running it really well, and they're getting good looks every time down.
Penetration, nice move, nice athletic move by Jordan Wilson. His second bucket.
The Badgers challenged him at the rim, and he just kind of wrapped it around.
50-45, Badgers down by 5. Blackner to Johnson, fakes the 3, penetrates over to Farr. Farr loses it on the way up, but a foul is going to be called. And I think it's going to be on Kalonji. No, it's going to be on Jordan Wilson. That's his second. Only 2 team fouls here in the second half. They're both on Jordan Wilson. And at the free throw line is going to be Trey Farr. Free throw, front of the iron, back of the iron, it's good. And Farr now with 11.
You know, Trey has a pretty good free throw shooting stroke. That was nice and soft on that one, a lot of backspin.
He'll set for the second one on the way, and that too is good. Trey Farr now with 12 points in the game, and he is tied up with Braden Johnson for leading scorers in the game.
Your 2 post players.
Stolen by Miller. Badgers back on the attack. Blackner leaves it for Duckworth. Back to Blackner, inside to Johnson. Johnson squares, fakes the shot, and then puts it up. And the rebound comes down to Barrett.
That's a great move for him, though. He kind of reverse pivots and faces up And that was an open shot. He's going to make those most of the time.
His last 2 shots have been a little bit short. Needs to get a little bit more leg into it maybe. Shot in the paint is off the mark. Oh, Blackner gets hammered as he tries to come up with the rebound. And they're going to call the foul on Blayton Williams. Blayton Williams' first foul, 3rd team foul on the Runnin' Lopes, and the Badgers will have the ball in the backcourt, trailing by 3, 50-47. Duckworth across the timeline. Gets the offensive direction from Coach Nielsen. Johnson fakes the 3. Didn't make the move quick enough, I don't think. Miller penetrates with the left hand, kicks it back out to Duckworth. Almost lost it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Duckworth still with the dribble. Looks for help, finds Farr on the baseline. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Farr penetrates and lays it in. Nice move.
It's a great aggressive move. He just caught it and went. And he knew the shot clock was winding down, so he just attacked the rim.
Badgers back to within 1, 50-49 with 13 and a half minutes remaining. Wilson gives it up to Barrett, and Barrett shoots the 3. It's off the mark, no good. Badgers back on the attack. Johnson shoots the quick 3. That one's off the mark long. Overcompensated. Badgers still trail by 1. Wilson to Williams. Williams on the wing. Goes to the top of the key. Gives it up to Kalanji. Back to Barrett. Barrett penetrates, and they're going to get Blackner for foul number 3, I think.
And caught him with a hand check.
So that's the 3rd on Branson Blackner. First team foul here at 12:52.
And this 5 group right here, these 5 young men that the Badgers have had out have played really, really well together. You'd hate to see a foul make one of them go sit down. Lopes. Penetration, shot on the way, no good, and I think Taylor Miller is going to get called for his first personal. It is. And going to the free throw line is going to be Tyrone Perry. Darian Nebeker going to check in for the Badgers after the first free throw. I would think Blackner's probably got to come and sit down. You don't want him to pick up his 4th, this much time left. Perry misses the front end of the 2 shots, and you're right, Blackner comes out. Give him a breather here and bring him back with about, 8 minutes to go, do you think? 8 or 9? Really nice 7.5 minute run here for Branson. Second free throw is on the way. It's off the mark, no good by Perry. Rebound Nebeker, and the Badgers have the ball trailing by 1. Taylor Miller drops it inside to Johnson. Johnson squares, now puts it on the floor and backs in. Drops the shoulder, puts up the jump hook, off the mark, no good. Rebound comes down to Barrett. DeAndre Barrett pushes ahead forward to Williams. Williams has it blocked by Fair. But they're going to call a foul. Is it on Fair or is it somebody else? Yeah, it's going to be Taylor Miller gets called for the foul. Great block by Trey Fair. Trailing the play the whole time and then swipe that one away. But they're going to, like you mentioned, caught Taylor Miller with the foul. You know, that previous there again, I thought Ray Johnson did he kind of reverse pivoted, set it up, backed it back down, got a little jump hook. I mean, the moves are there. He just got to finish. We take a quick break here to wipe up some of the sweat on the floor after a couple of players went down. At the free throw line is going to be Blayton Williams. Blayton with 2 3-pointers in the game. Now at the free throw line to shoot 2. Free throw is up and good. That reverse pivot out of the post, that's a move that Kevin Garnett, he's going to ride that one to the Hall of Fame. I think more post players, especially if you can shoot that little shot, reverse pivot, and it automatically seems to create a little space, and then you can use whatever tools you have. I agree. Blayton Williams' second shot on the way, and it's good. So Blayton Williams hits both free throws. He's got 8 in the game, and Lamar extends their lead now to 52-49. Miller's going to come out as Xu Xuan Chu checks into the ball game. Duckworth across the timeline with the right-handed dribble, picked up by Tyrone Perry. Gives it up on the wing to Chu. Chu looking inside for Fair. Fair a little bit out further than he should be on the block. Fakes the shot, now puts the ball on the floor, and he's going to get called for the travel. Well, I think you hit the nail on the head there. He caught it a little bit too far out of his comfort zone. So what he needed to do, just make a quick pass back out and then go reset rather than try to do something that he's not comfortable doing.
So Lamar College with the ball. Blayton Williams, guarded by Duckworth out high. Now gives it up to Toure. Over on the right wing to Perry. Perry penetrates, loses it, and he's going to travel, but they're going to call a foul and bail him out. Foul is going to be called on Chu Xuan Chu.
I think, back here real quick to Farr, I think the guard can help him and tell him to push down a little bit and post up a little lower.
I agree. Siren noise on the wing to Perry. Now a cross-court pass and penetration, shot up and in by Jordan Wilson, I believe. It was Blayton Williams.
And he caught that in the coffin corner, but because the defense had rotated all the way to Noise in the post, they just made that skip pass and he had an open lane to the rim.
5-point lead once again for the Runnin' Lopes. Farr wants the ball down low. They can't get it to him. Around they go to Duckworth. Duckworth on the right wing. Give and go to Johnson. Now to Fair. To Chu. Now inside to Nebeker. Nebeker splits the defense and lays it up and in. Nice move by Darian Nebeker.
He seemed a lot more comfortable doing that than out shooting threes.
I'm with you 100%. 54-51, a 3-point lead for the Lopes.
Here's this 1-2-2 that they tried a little bit last night. Let's see if they're a little more effective with it.
Darian Nebeker is going to be the one of the 1-2-2. And a little bit of confusion right now for the Lopes. They're not sure how to attack it. Down to 4 seconds on the shot clock. In the corner, the 3-point shot is on the way and buried by Siron Noise. Wow, just as I say, they're having trouble. Siren Noise buries the 3 out of the corner.
How quick they go from confusion to ecstasy.
Oh, man. Nebeker penetrates, gives it to Johnson. Johnson on the right wing to Duckworth. Penetrate, looks for help, goes to Farr at the high post. Farr to Nebeker in the corner. Fakes the 3, penetrates, kicks to Chu, and there's the extra pass. Duckworth all alone from 15, shoots at 14 and a half. And the Badgers, one shot and done, as coming up with the rebound is DeAndre Barrett. Lopes on the attack. Badgers, as mentioned last time down, playing that 1-2-2 zone defense. Long 3 on the way and buried by Blayton Williams. Holy moly. The Badgers start to make a run. Inside, the Badgers can't get it to convert it. Nebeker comes up with the rebound. Kicks it to Farr. Farr fakes the shot from the free throw line, penetrates, puts up the shot, no good, and draws the foul.
Back to this zone. The concept of the zone is solid, but these you've got Nebeker at the top, but then the 2 wing players they can't hesitate to get out when that ball gets. You've got to move if you're playing zone defense. You have to move with the flight of the ball. You can't wait for it to get caught and then try to come after the shooter. When that ball gets reversed and while the ball's flying, that wing has got to hustle out to when that shooter catches it, the guy's right in his face.
Farr at the free throw line hits the first. He's got 15. He leads all scorers with 15.
And so it's interesting how, just the basic fundamental things, that everybody that's ever ran zone defense always preaches move with the flight of the ball. And if you don't, the guy's open for a 3 and he's going to make you pay.
60-52, the Badgers were in this, and a couple of big 3-pointers have extended that lead by the Runnin' Lopes. Back to the free throw line is Trey Farr. He's got 15 points. And a second free throw is on the way, and it is good. Farr now with 16. Cuts the lead down to 7, 60-53. Lopes attack quickly. 15-foot shot on the way off the back of the iron, no good. But the Lopes get the offensive rebound. Now penetration. And offensive foul is going to be called on Stephen Henry. Nice job by Trey Farr, who has drawn his second offensive foul, I believe, maybe even third.
At least his second of this half, but giving it up for the team, you'll love to see that.
So out there for the Badgers right now, you've got Logan Sorensen, Branson Blackner, Johnson, Braden Johnson, you've got Darian Nebeker and Trey Farr.
So they're going to let Branson Blackner run a little bit of the point here. I'm interested to see how this personnel grouping works. They've got Sorensen can shoot the ball. Of course, we know Blackner's a deadly shooter. Plus, you've got the versatile one in Johnson and then 2 post players. So let's see how this personnel group works.
Sorensen brings it down, gives it up to Blackner on the left wing. Blackner gets a pick by Farr, back to Farr, and Farr with the hammer dunk.
Side pick and roll again, Gary. They've ran it a lot this half, and they've done great with it.
I say keep running it until they can stop it. Badgers back on defense now, and again playing the 1-2-2 zone defense. No, check it, they're in a man-to-man. As Logan Sorensen runs through that point and comes out on the wing. Tyrone Perry penetrates and kicks to Stephen Henry. Gets it back again, shoots up the left-handed shot, in and out, no good, and the rebound comes down to Logan Sorensen. Here come the Badgers pushing it up the floor. Nebeker looking inside for Farr. They dump it into Farr. He's double teamed, puts up the shot and gets it to go. Trey Farr with
a foul.
20.
I think they're going to give him the basket and a foul. And one.
They are. Siron Noyes picks up the foul. That's his first. And at the free throw line is Trey Farr. He's got 20 points in the game.
So he's given us a glimpse of what he can be throughout the season.
I agree. A reminder, Little Caesars Player of the Game will announce that, and the San Pete Steel Man of the Game coming up on the post game for Fresh Pizza Fast. Make a pit stop at Little Caesars in Nephi and Ephraim. Free throw in and out. But somebody moved. Are they going to have a lane violation? I think it is.
On number 11.
On number 11, a lane violation. And a reminder, the San Pete Steel Man of the Game is given to a player who makes a tough, gritty play that changes the momentum of the game. We'll be watching for both of those and have those on the post game. Another opportunity for Fair. He doesn't pay it off, but the long tip, almost controlled by the Badgers. Here come the running Lopes, pushing it up the floor quickly. Tyrone Perry with the left-handed dribble. Gives it up around to Maldonado. Maldonado launches a three. Back of the iron, no good, and the rebound to Trey Farr. Farr hands it to Sorensen, and Sorensen pushes it up the floor. Nebeker on the right wing. Now to the top of the key to Johnson. Johnson, one dribble, gives it to Blackner. Back to Johnson. Doesn't take the three. Gives it to Blackner. Johnson. Nebeker as the Badgers work around the perimeter. Now they lob it down low to Fair. Fair over his shoulder with the left hand. What a great move.
I was a little worried, Gary, that they didn't see him, and I'm like, oh. But then the lob was there, and Farr's doing what he's been doing, just finishing.
Badgers to within one, 60-59. Out high is Henry. Gives it up on the wing. Maldonado looks to penetrate. Nope, dishes, and the three-point shot is on the way, and nice soft touch, but no good, and the rebound comes down to Sorensen. Here's the Badgers a chance to take the lead back again here with 7:12 remaining. Almost stolen. But Nebeker with the ball now. Looking inside for Farr. Farr now moves up to the high post. Nebeker gets a pick. Penetrates, goes all the way coast to coast. Leaves it short off the glass though, and the Badgers cannot take the lead.
Another great, came off that ball screen and got into the lane and just, like you say, left it short. It was there.
Out high, Stephen Henry. Gives it up to Kalanji, to Maldonado. And they're going to say that's on Blackner. That's going to be the fourth on Blackner. Badgers trying to get an illegal screen call, but instead they're going to call it on Blackner as he kind of forced his way through. He says he wants to stay in. How come we did not have a media timeout here? 6:40, we should have had a media timeout, I thought. Maybe we burned it earlier. Maldonado out high, guarded by Sorensen. Looks inside, and they go to Kalanji. Back outside to Maldonado, takes the left-handed three, in, out, and back in again.
That was a flash shot, but it had a ton of backspin, and it just hit the iron and just floated up and dropped through.
Blackner to Johnson, top of the key, looks inside, goes to Nebeker. Nebeker dribbles between the legs, goes into the paint, in trouble, back out to Blackner. Blackner hits the three. Branson Blackner with 12. And the Badgers back to within one again. Just under 6 minutes to go. Lamar 63, the Badgers 62. The running Lopes. Perry takes the long three and banks it in from the wing. Did he call it?
Man, you're like going, oh, that's a bad shot, and then it goes in.
If you bank it in from the wing, you got to call those. Farr in the paint, jump step, and they're going to call him for travel. I don't understand. I'm not saying it wasn't a travel, but you got a guy right here on the baseline, does not call it. You got another guy right here, does not call it. It's the guy on the far side of the court that makes that call.
Now that drives coaches crazy.
Oh, that's nuts. So Lamar with the lead, 66-62, a 4-point lead. The Badgers have had a chance to take the lead, and they've squandered 2 trips now. Blayton Williams gives it up to Maldonado. Through the hands of Kalanji, but he recovers it. Maldonado out high. 15 on the shot clock. Back to Blayton Williams. To Tyrone Perry Jr. He throws it to the bench. It's out of bounds. Everybody's wanting a tip call, but I didn't see any of it. There was not a Badger anywhere near it.
If I made that pass, I'd be going like this too.
Good point. Badgers trail by 4, have the ball. 66-62. Duckworth out high. Gets a pick from Farr. Farr rolls to the hoop on the pick and roll, and he travels. And another turnover when they have a chance here.
But it's been so good for them. They gotta keep feeding it and let Trey's earned the right to have a lot of touches. So that can't scare you off.
Now they're going to, I thought we had a timeout. Now they're going to talk with the coaches. Now they're saying we're not going to have a media time. I thought we missed that media timeout a long time ago. Now they're trying to say we had it. We did not have the second media timeout of this half.
So I wonder what...
So a little bit of confusion here. The coach for... Lamar upset because the Badgers used the confusion and had a little conversation here. 66-62, Lamar with the 4-point lead with 4:50 remaining here in the ball game. Johnson guarding out high against Siron Noyes. Whistle, and what have we got here? Foul going to be called on Duckworth. Nate Duckworth, his first. That is the 5th team foul?
They've 6 foul now.
Okay.
So both teams don't have any more to give.
So we're going to be in the 1-and-1 with both teams on the next fouls. Tyrone Perry launches the 3. Front of the iron, no good. Good rebound by Blackner. Here come the Badgers pushing up the floor. Duckworth, coast to coast, lays it up with the right hand. No good, but he draws the foul.
Well, you got to stop the basketball. The running Lopes got a little lazy there. And Duckworth got all the way to the rim and drew the foul. So a chance to get to the free throw line.
Foul's going to be on Tyrone Perry, and Nate Duckworth to the free throw line. A chance to cut into this 4-point lead by the running Lopes. Free throw is on the way. No good. Boy, the Badgers were hitting a lot of free throws, and then it's turned on them a little bit.
Well, free throws are definitely going to play a part here. Coach Rob Nilsson practicing some diplomacy on the sideline with
Duckworth with 2 points, both on free throws.
He might have been asking Blayton Williams, hey, what's your next play?
Lopes with the ball. Duckworth playing good defense. Badgers in a man-to-man here. Shot on the way by DeAndre Barrett. Off the mark, no good. Rebound comes down to Duckworth. Duckworth pushes it ahead to Branson Blackner. Blackner coast to coast. Leaves it for Christensen. Christensen with the layup.
Branson some credit there. He brought all the defense to him, and then just another little beautiful pocket pass, and were able to get it finished off.
Almost stolen by Duckworth as the Badgers are to within 1. Out of the corner, here comes Maldonado again. No good. Ball tipped, and Johnson comes up with it. Here come the Badgers pushing up the floor. They got a 3-on-2. They leave it for Blackner for 3. Off the back of the iron, no good. And again, the Badgers have a chance to take the lead. And
Branson's the one you want pulling the trigger on that shot. That's high percentage stuff for the Badgers.
We're going to take a timeout with 3:31 remaining in the contest. We're going to have a Douglas Dentistry timeout. You'll feel like showing off that beautiful smile. Call 283-3800. We'll be back right after this.
Is your internet
The Snow College Badger basketball action. The Badgers trail by 1, 66-65 as we check the Central Valley Medical scoreboard. CVMC has added a full-time pediatrician to their experienced medical team. Dr. Gordon Duvall heads the new line of pediatric services. Running Lopes with the ball. Badgers man-to-man defense. They've extended it out high. 3.5 minutes remaining. Badgers trail by 1. Penetration by Blayton Williams. Shot on the way and good.
Just a high ball screen for Williams, and he got enough space and then hit about a 16-foot jumper.
Duckworth out high. Crossover dribble. Penetrates and kicks. Johnson for 3. Front of the iron. No good. Rebound comes down to Maldonado. Maldonado's going to push it up the floor. Now slow it up and wait for help. Almost throws it away. And then Blayton Williams almost throws it away. Badgers go for the steal, can't come up with it. Here's Maldonado on the up and under, and he gets it to go. Nice move by Oscar Maldonado.
Yeah, he just, like you say, the up and under to kind of freeze those defenders, and then was able to finish it.
Blackner on the left wing, gets a pick by Troy Farr to Johnson. Now to Duckworth on the right wing. Give and go. Johnson leaves it short off the glass, tries to come up with the rebound, can't do it, and he gets called for the foul. Braden Johnson, foul number 2.
You know, as you look back over the course of this game, how many point-blank shots have the Badgers been just not able to quite finish? They've had a lot of good-looking shots that just haven't gone.
Well, I can think of several where they penetrated, gone in, and tried to get a bank off the glass, leave it short.
So
they're the shots you want.
I mean, yeah, they're point blankers. They're contested, but still at this level of basketball, those have got to be made.
Siren Noyes at the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. Left-handed shot is on the way and good. Noyes now with 12 points off the bench for the Runnin' Lopes.
Siren out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Steel City.
And he'll shoot a second. Second free throw is on the way, and it is off the mark, no good, and Blackner comes up with the rebound.
Say it's a big miss because that would have made it a 3-possession game. Instead, it's just 2 possessions here.
Christiansen penetrates, kicks. Badgers make another pass, but can't get it to Blackner in time. I think the Lopes are going to watch Blackner pretty closely. Taylor Miller to Christensen, now inside to Farr. Farr, single team, nice up and under with the hook shot. Trey Farr with 24.
Gorgeous, and that was a gorgeous post move there.
Now you got to play some defense. You're down by 4, 71-67, with just under 2 minutes to go. Traden Christensen in there. Badgers tip it. Blackner thought he had tipped it off the hand of the Runnin' Lope, but it's going to go back to the Lamar College team. They'll have it in front of their own bench.
I was just going to say 15 seconds on the shot clock, so know your shot clock situation.
So the Lopes will inbound. They get it up high to Blayton Williams. Williams guarded by Miller, and they turn it over. I was wondering if they were going to call a foul. DeAndre Barrett just couldn't hold on to it, and he drops it out of bounds. The Badgers get the ball back again, trailing by 4. Quickly to Blackner on the left wing. A minute and a half to go. Blackner penetrates, puts up the shot, has it blocked. Stays in bounds. The Badgers get it back again. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Trey Farr. Nice spin move into the paint. Nice up and under. Does not get it to go, but he draws the foul.
Love to see him be aggressive. He just decided, hey, it's my night tonight. I'm going to the hoop.
Kalanji picks up the foul. That's his first, and at the free throw line is going to be Trey Farr. He's got 24. He leads all scorers. Free throw is on the way and no good off the back of the iron.
Now this free throw looms pretty large, Gary, because if he can get it, that gets you back to a 1-possession game. Now it's it would take a 3, but we need this one to get it back to 1 possession.
So far at the MACU free throw line, and he hits the second. He's got 25. 68-71. Badgers trail by 3 with 1:18. Good defense and respect the possession. On the wing is Siren Noyes. Out high to Kalanji once again. Now over to Maldonado. Maldonado launches the three from the top of the key and banks it in. Oh, what a heartbreaker. That is the second bank shot that the Lamar Running Lopes have been able to hit that should not have been banked in. They're off so badly, they went in. I don't mind saying it. Inside Trey Farr, another slam dunk. He's got 27.
Yeah, that one.
We're going to keep this right here. It's a timeout, but Douglas Dentistry timeout, but we're going to keep it right here. Your first choice in dentistry and overall oral health, from general dentistry to sedation dentistry and teeth whitening. Douglas Dentistry, 283-3800.
I was just going to say, there's just.
Is that an indication that it's just not your night when a team, and both of these have been in the second half. One was from deep on the right wing, right?
Yeah.
And that's not normally when a player's going to bank it in. But he misses
the angle.
He misses it so far that he banks it in, and then definitely not straight away. Nobody banks in from straight away. Do they?
No, I mean,
even UCLA in their prime did not bank it in from straight away.
Yeah, I can guarantee you John Wooden was not teaching banking in threes. But I think the defender, I can't remember which Snow defender closed out on him. He knew he had to, it kind of freaked him out, so he put more on it, a little more juice, and
just the right amount of
banked it in. So, wow.
Well, it's not a done deal. 74-70. The Badgers have a chance here. They trail by 4 with 43.3 seconds remaining. A reminder, we're going to come up with the Little Caesars player of the game. Little Caesars makes their dough fresh in-house every day and uses 100% mozzarella and Munster cheeses. Also a reminder, Sanpete Steel, Steel Man of the game. I hope you're working on this.
Yeah.
Sanpete Steel, done right and on time. So the Runnin' Lopes have the ball, 43.3 seconds remaining, 30 seconds on the shot clock, and a 4-point lead. Badgers good defense. They finally get it in, and Varan Kalanji gets fouled. That's going to be Trey Farr, foul number 3. And we're still in the 1-1, folks.
So they're going to, the coaching
staff. So they've got a hope here.
Yeah, I was going to say, the coaching staff for Snow has kind of made a strategic understanding, okay, we're going to try and extend this game right now. And rather than just play defense and let the shot clock run down, they decided they're going to go right to the free throw line and make the Lopes make some heat check threes.
Well, they can do this at least one more time. And that's put them in the 1-1. Free throw is no good by Kalanji. Badgers with the rebound. I like the strategy, doing it early and not waiting. Miller launches the 3, off the mark, no good. Long rebound comes down to Jordan Wilson.
I don't like that shot, Gary.
I don't either.
Especially when the side pick and roll has been working all second half.
Well, you don't need a 3 this early, I don't think, do you?
No, and if you can get something going to the hoop,
you might get a 3 that way.
So, that one hurt a little bit.
You've got Trey Farr, who's got 27 points in the game. And you launch a quick 3 with 30.2 seconds remaining. At the free throw line, Jordan Wilson. Free throw on the way and good. So he hits the front end of the 1-1. They'll be shooting 2 the rest of the way now, will the Lamar Running Lopes. Jordan Wilson with 5. And he'll shoot a second free throw. Second free throw, touches the front of the rim, back of the rim, and finds the hole. He's got 6. Under 30 seconds. Miller hands it to the Runnin' Lopes, and this one now may be over. Coming up with the steal is Bladen Williams. He's got 17. You got to respect the possession. And the Badgers turned that one over. Blackner out of the corner, shoots the 3. Off the mark, no good. Farr with the rebound. Thought it was going outside, dips up and under and gets it to go. He's got 29. What a great job by Trey Farr, not giving up. 10.5 seconds, the Badgers down by 6. It's a 2-possession lead. We're going to keep it right here.
Well, one thing about it is if the Badgers can't climb the mountain and get back all the way, the revelation is what we kind of saw glimpses of last night with Trey Farr. He solidified right between all of our eyes with what a post presence he can be, and that extra scoring option from the post position. He's played great, and moving forward, I think that's now, those side pick and rolls, he shows he can run those very well. He can post up an isolation situation. that's the good news. If we're not able to win this game, is Trey Farr is going to be a load the rest of the year.
I agree with you, and it's exciting to see how much difference the Badgers look tonight from last night. I think that's a positive. I don't know that it's all Trey Farr, but if you look at the score sheet, it certainly does look that way. He's got 29 points tonight and 23 in the second half.
Well, they went in half and they made the adjustment and they just started running side pick and rolls. If they brought it to the right side, it was with Braden Johnson. If they brought it here to the left side, it was with Trey Farr, and it worked really good all second half. They just haven't been able to get enough stops. Of course, here again, what do you do about banked-in threes?
Yeah, but that's kind of tough. So the Badgers will look to foul early here. 10.5 seconds remaining, down by 6. Or maybe get a 5-second call. Pass is inbounded to Blayton Williams, and Williams draws the foul. The good news is only 1.2 seconds off the clock. Blayton Williams back to the free throw line. Foul is going to be called on Xu Xuan Chu.
It'll be 2 here in the double bonus.
Free throw by Williams on the way and short. Never got over the front of the rim. He'll have a second, and Lamar conceding the rebound here to the Badgers. They don't have anybody on the free throw lane.
Yeah, they don't want an over the back out, any type of a rebounding foul.
Second free throw, in and out, no good. Rebound comes down to Christensen. Christensen with the dribble. Penetrates, puts up the leap and leaner from the free throw line, no good, but he follows it and gets it to go. Nice job by Traden Christensen. He's got 8. We've got a timeout on the floor. This time we will take the timeout here. Well, no, we won't. It's a 30-second timeout.
So what you have to do here, I'm running this through my mind with this situation, is if you could get the turnover, you've got to get a quick turnover, a kick to a 3, and then as you shoot the ball, flail out and hope the guy's closing out on you and maybe get an and 1, right?
So what you're saying is we've got a chance.
Are you saying it's Dumb and Dumber tonight? Come on.
Oh, that's my theme song. A great effort here by the Badgers tonight. I think the chances are extremely slim, but I really like the effort tonight. I like the game plan. They've pounded it inside to Trey Farr. They've had good performance as well by Braden Johnson, who led them in the first half. There's the inbounds pass. Badgers do not foul, and that is the end of it. So the Badgers drop this one 78-74. We're going to quickly take a timeout here, and when we come back, we'll hopefully speak with Coach Rob Nielsen.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim.